Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. We are here at the Alfresco Tasting Terrace, which is above the, what is the name of this restaurant?
The Italian restaurant, Pixar Pier. What is it called?
Something.
I'm going to look it up while we're talking. What are we drinking? Tell people
We
what
are
we're
drinking the
The Fun Wheel.
The Fun Wheel.
Fun Wheel, described as a Long Island-based cocktail with flavors of passion fruit and citrus.
And it's very delicious. It's
very
also
tart.
very blue. It started out being like yellow, red, blue layers, and then I kind of mixed mine up.
Yeah, it's very tart.
Anyway, we are here.
It's above Wine Country Trattoria.
Thank you. It's above Wine Country Trattoria. And so the Alfresco Tasting Terrace is for annual pass holders only. And it is an exclusive dining area, but with just drinks and appetizers. So it is not a full sit-down dinner restaurant, but it is table service there's no bar. It's just to sit at. But
We stopped off to orient ourselves before we go to Disney After Dark Pixar Pier Night. Yeah. So we're having a drink before dinner. We're going to Lamplight Lounge after this. But I wanted to stop for a second because we just finally, Sam was able to see Frozen at the Hyperion. And so I wanted to get Sam's thoughts because she's the theater buff. I will say my own thoughts were, it's all right. I thought it was pretty well done for condensing that movie down into an hour, but Sam is the expert.
So I would agree. I think it's probably a great show for kids because it's short. It's only an hour long. The singing and dancing scenes were really wonderful. Some of the effects are really cool, like they have snow made out of soap that comes down a couple of times during the show, and that's a cool effect. And some of the other effects, the light effects, the screen, stuff like that, also very, very good. I will say it does not live up to the Broadway production, which obviously
it can't.
It's not going to have the same level
How does it
of
compare
performers.
How does it compare to the DCL version?
So I will say I like the DCL version better, but the part of why I like the DCL version better is instead of using adults playing kids, which is what they do in this production, the Broadway production or the national tour and the Broadway production actually use kids to play Anna and Elsa when they're little. But the DCL show uses puppetry for little Anna and Elsa. And so the first couple of scenes are all using puppets, and I think it's really, really effective. So obviously it's adult voices, but the actual characters are all puppets. So I think it's a little bit more effective the way they do it on DCL. However, I would say they did it really well here. And the puppetry for Olaf at all three productions is amazing. It's actually really, really similar the way they do Olaf in all of the different productions, and it's really excellent. So I would say the one thing about this show that makes it a little bit choppy is because they have to cut out quite a bit of the story in order to make it fit within the hour timeline. Again, I would say it's a really good production for kids, but adults, if you have the option of going to see the national tour or the Broadway version versus the one here at the Hyperion Theater, no contest. See the Broadway version. And if you have the option, if you happen to be sailing on the Disney Wonder, absolutely go see the show in the Walt Disney Theater on the cruise line. It is really fantastic, especially for a show on a cruise ship. So that's my review. I'd give it a solid B, but it definitely does not hold a candle to the other versions.
All right, so before we take off, let's talk about Pixar Pier Night. So, lots of cool stuff.
Yes.
What are you excited about so far, having looked at the offerings? I'm particularly excited. I think we are definitely going to be meeting Remy and Emile at Pacific Wharf. I will be first in line. I'll say the merchandise that they're advertising in the little flyer here is a tumbler and a T-shirt. Not excited about that.
But I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be other merchandise that they just don't have pictured in this booklet, because they do have a special merchandise tent over by kind of the Pacific Wharf area, or sort of between Pacific Wharf and Pixar Pier. So I'm going to guess that there's going to be additional merchandise over there. I would say that the thing I'm looking forward to, I agree, the character visits actually look really cool. I'm excited that for kind of two sets of characters, in addition to the Remy and Emile that Brian talks about, which is Russell, Carl, and Doug, because who doesn't love them from Up? And then Nemo, Dory, and Marlin from Finding Nemo and Finding Dory.
I'm not as much of a Nemo fan, but
Yeah.
the Russell, I'm excited for Wall-E and
Wall-E and
because I don't know that I've ever seen
they're
them.
not characters. It's just a photo op.
It's a photo
Yeah.
op.
So there's a bunch of things on here that say fun character greetings, and then there's in the same list or with a different color designation is fun, unique photo ops. So I'm assuming that the unique photo ops are just going to be backdrops, but we'll let you know later when we actually go to Pixar Pier Night, because we haven't explored until it starts. So I think the character meet and greets. I also think it's really cool that most of the rides, or actually I think all of the park rides, seem to be listed as being open for Pixar Pier Night, which we were not expecting.
Including Soarin' Over California, although that ride is temporarily shut down right now. So I am not sure if it's actually going to make it open for tonight. It better be open tomorrow for our VIP tour.
Yeah, we'll be crossing our fingers because these listeners don't know this. However, we love Soarin' Over California and think it is far superior to Soarin' Around the World. So we're hoping that we'll get to do that this weekend, as it's scheduled for this weekend to be here. And so we're very excited for that. And I'm just happy to see that all these attractions are listed for Pixar Pier Night.
Yeah. All right. Well, more to come. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.
All right. Bye.